Hey gang, Massad Ayoob here for the Wilson Combat Channel. We'd like to welcome you and invite you to subscribe. And we hope you'll read the comments as well. You'll find a lot of the content comes from suggestions from you, the viewers. That includes today's topic, the race to the telephone. I've been teaching judicious use of deadly force to police since 1972 and private citizens since 1981. And people ask me, what's the most common mistake you see made by otherwise law-abiding carriers? The single mistake I see is this. The incident itself, they handle absolutely correctly. They see the danger, they draw their gun. The bad guy suddenly realizes, oh crap, I am about to experience a sudden and acute failure of the victim selection process and I could die from this, I'm leaving now. And if you study DGUs, defensive gun usages by private citizens, that is the single most common pattern. It ends with no shots fired, no blood spilled. And no mistake made yet. But then the citizen holsters the pistol and goes, phew, and does not call in. It seems counterintuitive. People don't think bad guys would ever call the police. They haven't seen what we've seen in the business. The bad guy does not appreciate the role reversal. If he's a career criminal, he's been going through the revolving door of the criminal justice machine since he was a juvenile offender. And he knows how this stuff works, and he knows how to manipulate the system. Maybe the opponent is not the typical stereotype bad guy with the record as long as your arm. Maybe he's that nutcase that there seems to be one in every neighborhood whose mission in life is making everybody's life around him miserable. And he bullied someone one step too far, forced you to draw the gun, and he doesn't appreciate that. He's going to call in. He's going to hide whatever weapon he threatened you with. He's going to call in and say, a person fitting this description pulled a gun on me, and I know where he is, I got his license tag, and I'll swear out a complaint against him. Cops are going to come to your house and say, sir, we'd like to talk to you about the incident. And you'll say, oh my God, I was driving along minding my own business, this crazy guy forced me off the road. Really? Tell us more. Yeah, the guy came, I was trapped in my car, the guy came up to me with a tire tool in his hand, I had to draw my pistol before he ran away. Wow, and you didn't call us. You're under arrest. Here's the deal, and never forget it. Cops don't have a crystal ball. They don't know who the good guy was or the bad guy was. The system is geared on the assumption that whomever calls in the first complaint has become the victim complainant. Whomever is complained about has become the suspect, the person of interest. Real victims call the police to report the crime. You were the intended victim. You don't see yourself as a victim because you prevailed. Often, when I ask the citizen, why did you not call it in? Well, no crime was committed. I stopped him before he could hurt me. And they don't realize, first, his attempt to harm you was a crime in and of itself and should have been reported. But second, the person who leaves the scene without calling in can trigger the flight equals guilt element. If you read the Bible, look at Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee where no man pursueth, but the righteous man stands his ground as bold as a lion. Your not having called in is seen as your having left the scene. It's seen as consciousness of guilt. The other guy now is the complainant. You are the suspect. Though that die has been cast from the beginning, and you've created a very uphill fight for your defense attorney. So here's the deal. If you carry one of these, carry one of these. If the opponent has fled, fine. Still call it in. Make a report. You become the complainant. Now, nobody watches this channel to hear someone tell you, be the victim. My God, NRA's most popular course is don't be a victim. I've got to tell you be the victim because victim and suspect are the only two roles open in the play. Whoever makes that first call in gets to be the good guy, the victim complainant. And if you don't like that V word, if you can't accept that you are the victim who prevailed, the victim who emerged unscathed, be the complainant, because the alternative is to become the suspect. Now, let's say you are someplace in the remote desert. Remember the case of Harold Fish way back, who went to prison for years for shooting a man who violently attacked him in the desert. There were no witnesses. He had to leave the scene to get help. Ultimately, his conviction was reversed, and the prosecution had taken so much heat for that terrible prosecution that they chose not to prosecute him again. But that man died still owing his attorney $500,000 in legal fees. You don't want that to happen. So let's say you were in the desert and you had your phone, but oh my God, there's no cell towers. You still call 911 because your phone is going to record that you attempted to call 911 at that time. And that is not the action of the guilty person fleeing the scene. That is an action consistent with the innocent victim who warded off the threat, emerged unharmed, and is properly calling the police to notify them that there is a predator on the loose who might attack someone else the way they attacked you. In the end, the choice, unpleasant as it sounds, is be the victim or be the suspect. Be that victim who prevailed, be that victim who emerged unscathed. Be that victim who called in, as good guys would, and told the police there was a predator on the loose who might attack another innocent person the way they attempted to attack you, and the next victim might not be able to ward him off the way you did. We hope you'll comment here on the Wilson channel. We follow your comments, and it's from your comments that a whole lot of our content derives. We'll look forward to seeing you down the road, and hopefully next time we'll have a more uplifting message for you.